Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us. Bradenton city officials are grieving tonight after the tragic death of a high-ranking city official's wife.
Patricia Gallo was killed in an accident at her home on 27th Avenue West in Bradenton. ABC 7's Bobeth Yates is joining us now live from Bradenton with the details on what happened. Bobeth.
Yes, Councilman Jean Gallo's wife, Patricia Gallo, was killed in the driveway of her home right behind me where that gray car is sitting. And officials say it was all part of a freak accident. According to the Bradenton Police Department, City Council member Jean Gallo arrived home around noon today to find his wife, Patricia Gallo, pinned between the car door and the entrance of her garage. Patricia was unresponsive, and shortly after, when EMT arrived, they pronounced her dead at the scene. Officials say Patricia had just returned home from Christmas shopping, and it appears that she had exited her vehicle while it was still running.
Potentially did not put her car in park and exited, realized what she had done, tried to correct the situation by reaching in, getting back in, but unfortunately the car was in movement, in motion. It kept heading at an angle into her garage and unfortunately pinned her between the door and the frame of the vehicle.
Now, Chief Bevin says this death hits the city really hard because of Councilmember Gallo's connections with the community. Now, coming up at 6, we'll have more details about this incident and reaction from neighbors. Back to you.
All right, Bobeth, thank you for a little more background on this story. Patricia and Jean Gallo have been married for more than 50 years. Jean Gallo also has been a resident of Bradenton for more than 50 years. He's currently serving his 6th, fourth-year term as Ward 1's representative on the City Council. Before that, Gallo worked for the City of Bradenton Fire Department for more than 31 years, 11 of which were as fire chief. Certainly a well-known couple in the area. We reached out to the mayor of Bradenton and fellow council members, but at this time, they do not wish to talk.
Bradenton police investigating another serious accident. 4 people are in the hospital after the car they were riding in crashed into a tree. Police say the driver of the car was speeding down Martin Luther King Avenue East around 3 o'clock this morning. The driver lost control and hit a curb, then drove into a yard and hit a parked car. The car then started spinning and hit a tree. The car was so mangled, 3 people were trapped inside and firefighters had to get them out. The driver and one of the passengers were seriously injured.
Bradenton police are searching for the man who robbed a convenience store and threatened the clerk with a knife. Police say the female clerk was opening the Little Country store on 15th Street in East Bradenton early this morning when some people followed her inside. One threatened her with a knife and then took money from the register and some valuables and took off. The clerk was not hurt, but the suspects are still on the run.
The officers and detectives are going to canvass the area. They're looking for different bits of evidence, such as maybe some video from other businesses, maybe some witnesses, trying to get as much information as they can on the suspect.
Anyone with information about the robbery is asked to contact the Bradenton Police Department.
Tonight, you can learn more about details about a plan to build a new I-75 overpass. The overpass would connect the future Lakewood Ranch Boulevard and Cattleman Road. Sarasota County officials say the overpass would relieve traffic on both University Parkway and Fruitville Road. A public meeting on this project will start at 6:30 tonight at the Sarasota County Administration Center on Ringling Boulevard.
New information tonight in an ongoing story that could bring more big league spring training baseball to the Suncoast.
Sarasota County appears to be one of the last ones standing in negotiations to bring the Atlanta Braves spring training to our area. Collier County recently ended talks with the organization, but it has been months without an update from Sarasota County officials. ABC 7's Adam Cellini is joining us live in Sarasota to tell us if we should be excited or a little more worried about these prospects. Adam.
Well, Scott and Haley, Sarasota County has a good sales pitch. The Baltimore Orioles have enjoyed some of the best attended spring training games in all of baseball over the last 6 seasons. But as negotiations between the county and the Atlanta Braves continue, some are anxious for any decision. For months, realtor Deb Bean-Ginto has been pitching spring training to potential home buyers in Northport's West Villages district.
It'll increase the value of their property value. It'll bring in more people, new jobs. We might actually get some hotels in this area, which would be great.
But each time she must add the caveat, it's only a possibility.
We always wonder what takes so long, but I'm sure it's negotiating.
Right now, that's the only thing we're sure of. When we asked the county for an update after competitor Collier County dropped out, we got a 9-month-old press release and a 7-month-old message from the Director of Economic Development.
Things are continuing to go on and progress, so we're having ongoing conversations as we speak.
Former County Commissioner Joe Barbetta was right in the middle of those conversations to bring baseball back to Ed Smith Stadium in 2010. He thinks it's time for one of the current commissioners to take point.
Maybe it's just I was spoiled because I enjoyed doing it, and it helps if at least one commissioner takes the lead.
So far, it appears Jeff Maltzby and West Village's general manager Marty Black have led the negotiations, with commissioners in the back seat. Barbetta says it's still early to panic, but fair to start questioning the process.
I hear it every day when I'm downtown or wherever I am saying, hey, what's the story with baseball? Are we going to get the Braves? And I say, I don't know, I haven't heard anything.
Braves Vice Chairman John Shearholtz told a Georgia paper on Wednesday that the team is still in talks with Palm Beach County. The club recently had to extend its contract in Orlando for spring training for an extra year because these negotiations are taking longer than expected. Live in Sarasota, Adam Cellini, back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Adam. We're surely crossing our fingers and hoping they come here.
Yeah, a lot of Braves fans still in this area.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a check on our weather. Beautiful day on the Sun Coast. Not as much fog this morning. Here's Bob with some details.
Yeah, you can see that nice shot from Adams right there looking at the Ed Smith Stadium. Lots of sunshine, no clouds around. Different kind of feel, and that's the result of this number. 58-degree dew point temperature now at Sarasota Bradenton Airport. Yesterday at this time was 66, so a big drop, and that means not much of a chance of the temperature getting close to that and causing the widespread fog that we saw over the past couple of nights. Already down to the 30s. These are dew point temperatures, which means very dry and cool air has settled in. Not so much into Key West at this point, but Miami down to 64. Currently, we have sunny skies. The dew point again at 68 degrees or 58 degrees. The humidity at 68%. Winds out of the northwest at 9, and the pressure 30.09 inches. The front has now slipped through us, and drier and cooler air settling in, but the fog will be back very soon. We'll have more on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Starting this Saturday, you won't just see planes buzzing around Venice Municipal Airport. You'll see some skydivers taking jumps. Various companies have tried for years to get approval to operate out of the airport, but it wasn't until this past September the City Council gave approval to the company Skydive Venice Beach. The city risked losing FAA funding if it didn't grant approval after an assessment found skydiving can be done safely in the area. Skydivers will be jumping from about 2 miles out over the Gulf from 8,000 to 10,000 feet. The company owner and his jump master plan to take the first leaps this Saturday morning.
The Northport City Commission will remain shorthanded for the next several months. In a unanimous vote, city commissioners agreed to keep seat 4 vacant until voters can decide who will fill it during a special election in the spring. The decision follows the city charter, which says commissioners must be elected by residents. The vacancy comes after Commissioner Jacqueline Moore resigned from the position to run in her home district. A primary for the candidates will be held on March 14th, and a special election will take place on May 9th.
The former Orange Ridge Bullock Elementary School is expected to open its doors again, but with a different name. The Manatee County School District approving the $2.2 million sale of the building to the Rowlett Academy for the Arts and Communication. Rowlett is turning it into a new middle school. It will be open in time for the start of the next school year. They hope to have about 350 students in 6th and 7th grades next year, and 8th grade will be added the following year. The district closed Orange Ridge Bullock at the end of last school year, citing poor conditions and expensive repairs. Still to come in your Suncoast News, recovering from a second massive security breach, what Yahoo is now doing to protect its billions of users going forward.
And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. Plus, NASA's next mission, better hurricane predictions, what information the agency hopes to get from a satellite launch.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Holiday scratch-offs are here, and oh, they make great surprises. Imagine the joy they will bring. With over $126 million in prizes, use them for a wreath or a place card for your feast. Attach them, scratch them, and let the magic happen. Holiday scratch-offs. The Florida Lottery has them. Just imagine.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
A poodle butter dish. I'll use this. A chicken purse. It's so artsy. You're really good at giving gifts.
This holiday, give the perfect gift.
Perfect.
Flowers, always the perfect gift. Beniva Flowers and Gifts, exceeding your expectations.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
A jury convicts Dylan Roof of killing 9 people inside a Charleston, South Carolina church.
The verdict coming down a short time ago after the jury deliberated for less than 2 hours. Jurors convicting Roof of hate crimes, obstruction of religion, and weapons charges. The same jury will return January 3rd to consider if Roof should be sentenced to death for the June 2015 attack at Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston. Roof reiterated today his desire to represent himself during the penalty phase. Now to Yahoo's massive breach, the biggest hack of one company's users ever.
The FBI says they're aware and in contact with the tech company, but there's no indication yet on who is responsible. ABC's Lauren Lister has the details on what account holders can do to protect themselves.
Tech giant Yahoo revealing a massive cyber attack targeting 1 billion user accounts. In August of 2013, hackers stealing massive amounts of data, potentially including names, email addresses, phone numbers, dates of birth, even in some cases, security questions and answers. Yahoo telling ABC News they are notifying potentially affected users and have taken steps to secure their accounts, including requiring users to change their passwords. It's not the only step account holders can take.
How do Yahoo users protect themselves going forward?
Come up with some sort of secondary authentication. Yahoo has a thing called the Yahoo account key. When you want to log in, you basically have to get a code from Yahoo.
Former FBI agent Brad Garrett says that makes it harder for the bad guys to get into your email. For Yahoo users, it's the second time this year the company has announced a significant breach that may impact them. In September, the company disclosing a separate incident in 2014 involving 500 million user accounts.
If you made adjustments, changed your password after a more recent breach, do you need to do anything in reaction to this
older breach we've just learned about?
There's not much you can do about a breach that's already occurred because whatever data and information they have about you, they have it at this point.
So experts advise looking out for suspicious emails and activity. And Yahoo also says to change the password and security information on any other accounts that use the same information as your Yahoo account. Lauren Lister, ABC News, Los Angeles.
NASA's new mission now to improve hurricane forecasts.
3, 2, 1. Go for release.
NASA launching 8 tiny satellites to measure surface wind deep in the heart of hurricanes. A plane taking off from Cape Canaveral carrying a Pegasus rocket to about 40,000 feet and then releasing it. Boosters then propelled that rocket into space. From there, the rocket deployed the small satellites into orbit to provide better hurricane predictions back on Earth. The satellites will work in tandem to measure near-surface ocean winds and hurricanes, typhoons, and other tropical cyclones. The goal is to improve hurricane intensity forecasts, which are more difficult and less accurate than forecasting the path of the storm. This is a pretty huge development, don't you think, Bob?
Yeah, oh, yeah. They're going to deploy these in and around the storm, so they'll be site-specific. On top of that, they're about as big as a microwave, so they're not that big.
Wow.
And they're going to go up there and check that out. Now we have the Global Hawk, too, which is the drone, which can fly for many thousands of miles and many, many hours with no manpower. And they're going to be able to fly into all different levels of the hurricane. And then we have the one, if the hurricane is near shore, the Coyote. Which is also a smaller version of a drone that will fly in and get those same kind of measurements.
Wow.
So they're really figuring out that the more data you get, the better off you're going to figure out where these storms are going and how strong they're going to be. So that's going to be interesting. And then on top of that, we got a new satellite too, Gozer. So it's all, it just keeps going. Technology will eventually supersede the meteorologist.
Overtake us, right.
Just figure out everything. I tell you, we are looking at right now, beautiful day today. KC Key webcam showing pretty nice beach day today. A little bit cooler, a little bit drier air has settled in, and no fog threat tonight. But it'll be back as soon as it looks like Saturday morning. The possibility of fog as a result of some deep moisture returning to the state. Now, right now, the Titan radar picture showing a few showers down to our south, along with that cold front, which continues to move on through. There's not much in terms of big temperature drop. What it's going to do is going to bring us back to average for this time of year, with temperatures at least lows into the mid-50s to upper 50s. High temperatures will still be back above average as early as tomorrow afternoon. The radar picture not going to depict any rainfall for us tonight. A few showers just off the Keys, as you see right there, associated with that weak cold front. Now, current conditions, 69 degrees. The dew point is what's better at 58, and winds out of the northwest at 9, and pressure 30.09. Still high, and that continues to rise at this time. Dew point temperatures remain low all across the panhandle over northeast portions of the state, and then a little bit warmer down south as far as the dew point temperatures go. Actual temperatures, though, not in the 30s, but still 61 degrees in Tallahassee. They'll get down into the 40s there tonight. 60 degrees in Jacksonville, 72 in Orlando, 81 still pretty nice there in Miami, warm there. Upper 60s to low 70s here, a little bit warmer in Punta Gorda, Northport, Inland, and Arcadia at 76 degrees now. And Wauchula, you're at 75. Braden, 70. And the Gulf of Mexico, water temperature now at 71 degrees. Friday looks good. We'll see some sunshine mixed with a cloud every once in a while. Temperatures warming back above average into the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. We'll be back to 80 by Saturday afternoon, and in the low 80s and even some mid 80s inland on Sunday. You notice the wind and fog forecast not depicting any fog, as we have seen over the past several nights, but the winds will stay out of the north and northeast. And then notice what happens by Friday afternoon. They turn more out of the east and then eventually out of the southeast on Saturday, and that will bring the moisture content up at the surface, and we will see the possibility of some fog forming on, it looks like, Saturday and Sunday. Satellite and radar pictures showing that deep Arctic air continuing to spill off toward the east, and you can see temperatures right now single digits in Minneapolis and 5 degrees in Minot, 14 in Cleveland, Toronto at 16, Detroit at 16, and temperatures below wind chill factors at 8 in Chicago, Detroit at -2, and the Futurecast indicating the winds will be becoming more southeasterly in time. As we move through Saturday, you can see some showers along the east coast and down to our south. The boating forecast looks like this. East winds at 15 knots, seas will be 2 to 3 feet, and the water temperature at 71. Tides upcoming, low tide will be at 6:48 and a high tide at 12:26. Tonight, mostly fair, cooler, and 56 for a low. Look for tomorrow to see generally sunny skies. High temperatures will warm into the upper 70s. No fog problems tomorrow, and the extended forecast is calling for a chance for showers coming in on, looks like Sunday, just at 20%, better chance on Monday at 30% and Tuesday as well. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. Right now, there's no crashes in the area, but traffic is backed up on I-75 northbound lanes right near Fruitville Road. Pretty typical for this time of day. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, breast cancer survivors with strong social support networks seem to live longer and have a lower risk of their cancer returning. According to a study by Kaiser Permanente, women with few social connections had a 43% higher risk of breast cancer returning compared to well-connected women. And isolated women were 64% more likely to die from breast cancer and 69% more likely to die of any cause during the study period. The links between social isolation and poor outcomes were strongest among women without advanced cancer. The FDA has approved Pfizer's Eucrisa ointment to treat mild to moderate eczema or atopic dermatitis in patients 2 years or older. The condition often begins in childhood and possibly lasts through adulthood. The decision follows 2 placebo-controlled trials. Patients who received this drug with the generic name Crisabolray, I don't know, I might be saying that wrong, saw a greater response with skin that was clear or almost clear within 28 days of treatment. E-cigarette use among teens dropped in 2016, reversing an upward trend that had prompted the U.S. Surgeon General to recommend increased regulation and taxation. Among high school seniors, 12% this year said they had used e-cigs in the past month, compared with 16% in 2015. That's according to the National Institutes of Health's annual monitoring called the Annual Monitoring the Future Survey. E-cigs and marijuana are both more popular among teens than regular cigarettes. Cigarette use has been declining for more than 2 decades, according to the survey. Coming up, a man goes after thieves, what he did to stop the person who stole his car. Plus, a spectacular sight in Egypt, what the country is hoping to accomplish by launching a balloon festival.
The all-new mysuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
Types of timber, cuts of meat, cooking times, temperatures, rubs, seasonings, sauces. You name it, they know it. That's what makes them who they are, Sonny's Pitmasters. And proud of it. Come get some baby back ribs at Sonny's Barbecue. On their own or paired with favorites like jalapeno cheddar hot links or pulled or sliced pork plus 2 sides and bread. Sonny's Barbecue. Local Pitmasters since '68.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called 3-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dottoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
Kick off the season and find a unique holiday gift at the St. Petersburg Holiday of the Arts. Over 100 artists and thousands of works of contemporary art in photography, glass, sculpture, jewelry, and much more. The 3rd annual St. Petersburg Holiday of the Arts. Saturday and Sunday, December 17 and 18th at South Straw Park in St. Petersburg. Bring your sense of discovery and appreciation of the beautiful at the St. Pete Holiday of the Arts. For more information, visit ParagonArtEvents.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Flooring Depot has been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties for over 20 years with the best products and installation. Flooring Depot offers carpet, tile, hardwood, and more. Before you buy, give us a try. Stop by our showroom or visit us on the web at bestvaluecarpet.com.
A judge has sent a grand jury the case of a 24-year-old driver in a school bus crash that killed 6 children. The judge finding probable cause for formal charges for Jonathan Walker during a hearing today. Walker is now being charged with 6 counts of vehicular homicide, reckless driving, and reckless endangerment. Police say Walker was using his cell phone and driving about 20 miles over the speed limit when he crashed the bus. If indicted, he's expected to plead not guilty. A Wisconsin man wasn't going to let thieves get away with stealing his car. Video from Duante Ely's cell phone shows him and another woman chasing down the thieves on foot. Ely says he was going into his house to get his son when the thieves made their move, and when he saw his car pulling away, Ely and a passing Good Samaritan went after them. They caught up with the stolen car a few blocks away, but the robbers were already gone and took some of his cash and credit cards with them.
Overseas, dozens of balloons are dotting the skies in Egypt for the International Hot Air Balloon Festival. Tourists are getting the opportunity to get a bird's eye look at some of the wonders of ancient Egypt. Competitors from Germany, the UK, Japan, Sweden, Norway, South Africa, and France and Holland are participating. Organizers hope this festival can help revive the country's declining tourism industry. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is sharing a sweet holiday message on social media. The office recently received the letter from 2 young fans that you see here. It reads, "Dear Mr. Policeman and friends, thank you for your work and protecting the world and getting bad guys." It goes on to wish officers a good Christmas. Appropriately, the letter has Captain America stickers along the border, as you can see there, because wouldn't you agree that law enforcement officers are superheroes? I think
They
so.
are.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Smart kids there.
Not only written well, but decorated with that artwork. It looks
Presented
great.
very
Yes.
well. Yes, very thankful kids this holiday season. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, protecting Florida's shores and tourism industry.
One U.S. Senator leads a new fight to protect our state's waters from offshore drilling. The story coming up.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
And so the best that I can do is pray. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck, let a gentleman sing. How nice a day.
A poodle butter dish. I'll use this. A chicken purse. It's so artsy. You're really good at giving gifts.
This holiday, give the perfect gift.
Perfect.
Flowers, always the perfect gift. Beneva Flowers and Gifts, exceeding your expectations.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Alex Karras Lincoln's holiday sales event is here. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.